Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Hope you've enjoyed the last month or so of videos, and as you all know from the last video, things are drawing to a close with Mrs Winn, but there's still a few things that I do need to do, such as polishing the side of the car up, because I still haven't done that yet. Underseal the underside that I wanted to get done. Now, as you can see, I got my thick jumper on, I got my woolly hat on because it's a bit cold today, and I've been up for a couple of hours, and it's been one of them days. So I'll make a start in a minute, and I'm like 3 coffees in now and I still ain't done anything. It's just been one of them weeks. It's been hectic at work. I've literally had no time to do anything at all this past week. So while it's quiet, it's a weekend, so hopefully I can get a little few jobs done on Mrs Winn. So let's go out front and have a look. Okay, so maybe I'm 4 coffees in. Lovely. Right, as you can see, there's some stuff up there. Right, so I bought another couple of meters or so. I think there's about 8 or 9 meters there of the chrome trim, and as you can see, Mrs Winn's is very dull, and then you get down to the corners and we've got these lovely stainless steel fillers in there. So yeah, it's all faded now, so this has got to come out. The rubber's okay, so literally just pull that out, put the new stuff in. So that's what I want to do now. If you've been watching the series, you will know that I could not find them. Well, a bracket, yeah, we know. Right, so I've bit the bullet and I've bought myself another pair. Oh, and these are bling. I was checking through my eBay purchasing history, and the last lot I bought that I can't find for some strange reason, I actually think the wife has thrown them out. So I've gone for some lovely stainless ones. Now these are slightly different to the originals. The bracket here is on the originals are angled way up. These are quite level, so I'm not sure how them are going to sit. But in the box you do get some extra bracketry, shall I say. So one of them is angled up. There's a couple there. That's a flat one, which probably isn't going to sit right. But we also have this one that's angled. So obviously that's going to go there. I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of polishing around there. So, but I think first things first, I'll get this bracket off. We'll have a look and see how things go. So that's a couple of jobs I want to get done this morning. Also, I'm going to have a look at pulling this chrome trim out as well. But as you can see, if I zoom in, the rubber is starting to go, although it's not leaking at the minute. And it's one of the things I noticed when I did the one on Gary, was that although the outside was pretty perished, the inside of it was pretty good still, even to where the screen seals. So at the moment I am going to leave the rubber alone, and it's not a job I want to do this time of year, because at the moment, I mean, by the time you see this video going out, we're probably going to be well into November. So at the moment it's the 11th of October, so we are behind putting videos out, but it's still cold. Weather's now kind of touch and go, so I don't want to be getting a screen out and playing around with that this time of year. It's a job I'm going to do next summer, so there's always going to be videos on Mrs Winn, and of course, what the hell, the mighty white. Okay, well there's a job for later then. Oh, poor girl. And yeah, even though when the videos are going out, I've still, at this present time, I've still got to clean the Mighty White up to get her for the ready for the NEC. So that's a job I can do later on today, maybe with a bit of luck. But yeah, because of where the house is positioned, we still get a lot of these seeds, and they're still falling off the trees, and they've ruined my bonnet, look. God knows what's all over that. So some more polish for Mrs Winn later on. So as you can see, we've still got leaves on the trees, but they are starting to fall. So yeah, the weather is turning now, but with a bit of luck, we can still have Mrs Winn on the road this year. So let's get cracking. So I've priced out the little corner piece there. It's a very similar profile to the chrome trim, and the only difference is it just sits over the top like that, and it is a little bit wider there, but the rubber is very malleable and flexible still, so even though it is cold, we should be okay. So I've got my little blunt thing underneath there, so all I'm going to do now is just roll this along. Must get a new sticker. Dutton Foreshore from, I think this car come from Birkenhead Terrain. And if you're interested, around about a month ago, Ricky went down to the Severn Valley Railway and spent the day down there and riding behind the Class 37. And I must admit, if you're into engines of any sort, do have a listen to those engines. It's a case of, right, put some headphones on, turn the sound up, because they sound absolutely awesome. And we do still get some come past here, and you can always tell when they're coming, because you can hear them just literally thundering away. Yeah, them are very brittle. So prize that out, easy as that. That's another one, and get underneath. So yeah, as I was saying, the Class 37 comes past here quite often. Obviously not so much these days because everything's been replaced with new stuff, but yeah, they are glorious when they come past, and they sound absolutely awesome. So I will continue to remove this trim as per I did with Gary, if you'd have watched the video when I pulled the screen out. Now putting the chrome trim back in, and it's just washing up liquid in there just to lubricate the rubber a little bit and help the trim and the tool go through. Okay, so I'm trying to do this with one hand because I've already sliced my finger, and I've done the end as well. I think I should come with a health warning sometimes. Don't give me anything sharp, because I have a tendency to stab myself with it. Right, so I'm going to put the camera down now, because I do need two hands, and I do need to stop myself leaking as usual. So I've got the trim cut to size ready, so I'm going to make a start now and feed this trim in. So I found with the corner piece there, it is stainless steel. It will easily ease in at the very bottom here, and will also push across, and I can lever that in there once I've got it pushed across and I've got both hands. And then it'll be the same on this inner edge here, is to basically just open up the rubber slightly and just ease it in place. Obviously use something blunt. You don't want to be using anything sharp, so this is literally just a blunt scribe that's years old now, and it has gone very, very blunt. So basically what I'll be doing is opening out this rubber and just pushing it in gently. So let's see how that goes. And there we are, that went in nice and easy. Like as I was explaining, get right into this corner here where the two pieces meet, open up the rubber, and then just work it work it downwards, and yeah, all good. So yeah, that's nicely in place. Awesome. Right, put the other side strip in place now. I've not cut the top one to length simply because I'm a short arse and I need to do that as I go along. And there we have another job done. Awesome. Doesn't she look pretty? Awesome. Right. I think I'll have a go at that front screen, I think, if I've got enough. So anyway, let's have a look. See if I've got enough. If I have, great. If I ain't, not to worry. We can get on with the mirrors. Train! Yeah, it was a good idea to hide them at the time. Oh well, I've got to take the wipers off. So I think before I actually pull that trim out, I don't want all these seeds getting in. So I'm just going to quickly give this screen a bit of a clean over because I don't want all these seeds getting in there before I pull that out. But as you can see, this one has shrunk quite a fair bit. So I think we should get this out, get this replaced, and then let's see how she looks. Well, that one was a tricky one. Yeah, that rubber is starting to break up, but it went really smooth. There's a couple of places where the rubber just totally just cracked and peeled away, but it'll do for now. And not only that, the trim will sit easily in place on a new screen anyway, because it will have already have taken shape. So as you can see with the old one there, it's still retained its shape with the corners. So hopefully this one will do the same. Obviously with the new rubber it will go in nice and easily, but that wasn't too bad a job. It wasn't easy, but got there in the end. So next up, let's fit those mirrors. Let's get that crappy old matte black one off there. That's awful. Letting it down big time. So yeah, with the shape of the mirrors being different, I am going to have to do some polishing around there, because obviously that's going to be old paint. So let's get this off, make a start. So it is just a grub screw there. If it comes off, is going to be a miracle. So hopefully I don't have to break anything. If I have to drill it out, then okay, I've got to drill it out, but hopefully shouldn't be too much of a problem. Well, it's all come off relatively easy. Yeah, that grub screw undone nicely. So did the bracket, and the gasket fell off. But obviously there's a bit of polishing up I need to do, so let's get that sorted out. Now, I'm not sure yet, but let's have a look at these brackets, because if I'm lucky, I won't need to drill any holes. I think they're going to be okay. I think I may be able to use them. Obviously just widen those holes out for those screws. If not, I might have some countersunk screws in the van that are a bit longer. We'll see what happens. Okay, they're on. So that's passenger side one as well, and the driver's side. Yep, they're both on. All stand out rather nicely, all chrome and polished, and yeah, but quality wise, they're shockingly shit. They really are shit, if I'm allowed to say that. But no, they're a little bit that's going to do my brain in. But for now, it's a mirror, it's on, it looks okay, but them are definitely not staying on, because them are crap. But yeah, Mrs Winn looks a bit of a mess, so I think it's fair that we give the old girl a clean up before I go any further. I think let's get her out front and give her a wash, I think. So that's Mrs Winn all washed up again. Mirrors are on, chrome trim is in place, apart from the wheel arch trim, because I've not got round to restoring that yet. But if you remember from the last video and probably the video before, that there would be a time that Mrs Winn needs to do a couple of trips round the block just to make sure I can iron out any problems. Well, I think now's that time. What I haven't mentioned is that Mrs Winn has been insured for the road for about a month or so. Obviously then registered for historic, so she doesn't need an MOT, and she's taxed, as they say. So there's no time like the present. I'm not going to go far, literally just up and down the road, so let's see how she goes. Now bear in mind, she's not ran for now 10 years out on the road, so obviously I'll have some problems to iron out, I guess. Tune-ups and whatnot and things like that, so let's do this. Well, the seatbelts still work, I think. Yes. Right. Let's go. I'm actually quite nervous. This is weird. Now's the time that I'll realise how shockingly crap the gearbox is. Not that it's noisy or anything like that, or it wasn't. It's more of a case of how bad these things go into gear, or lack of. Right, let's go. Awesome. Wakey, wakey. Maybe want the mixture sorting out, I think. Just a little bit, but the petrol's God knows how old, so I'm not expecting miracles. Hopefully she doesn't conk out. She's pulling nicely in fourth at 30 mile an hour, so let's hop down here. Have to do some double clutching. Yeah, these were never very good at going into first. I used to bulk up a little bit. And hop down here. Little bit of clutch judder, which I expect. She's not been moved for quite a while, and I'm really noticing the fact that she doesn't have power steering, so there's a lot more turns to the wheel compared to the Mighty White. And yeah, it's heavy when you actually stop. And sometime present into first. So far, so good. Hopefully nobody's going to come tear arsing around here. Good. How's that then, sports fans? That steering's heavy. Awesome. That's cool. Okay, so far so good. Temperature gauge is coming up. I suppose now I should check to see what fluids are pissing out everywhere, but that was I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, because that was absolutely fantastic. I know it's just down the road and round the corner, but to me that is one heck of a milestone for me, for the channel, and also for Mrs Winn, because I think the channel's been waiting for this for a very long time. I definitely know Ricky has, and I'll tell you what, I'm welling up here. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, I've got myself together now. Right, that was quite emotional, I've got to admit. And it's certainly been a long time since she's been seen properly parked up outside the front here, ready and raring to go. So the Mighty White for the time being is going to reside there. Not because she's broke or anything like that, apart from a blooming badge, which I'm not happy about, but there you go. The joys of owning a Leyland. So I basically wanted to take her out. Hopefully she'd air dry a little bit, but there's still a few bits, so I'll get her leathered off. And obviously need to get her back up on the ramps, do that under seal, and check underneath for anything that's going to drop off, which you probably will. It's a Leyland after all, and you just get things cleaned up, polished up. Yeah. So obviously I will record the undersealing and also cure the leak on the gearbox, which is just the input shaft, the gear selector shaft seal. They all do that, but yes, it could do with a new one. I don't think that's going to cure itself. So, you know, while it's still work onable and the weather's holding up, touch wood, that's a job I can do. But if not, I've still got the gazebo to put up. But yeah, the plan was today was just to do these little jobs. Yeah, because I just don't have that much time to actually work on the car this weekend. So there we go. Oh, I'm over the moon. So that was my first drive legally in Mrs Winn in probably about 10 years, 9 years at least. It was probably when I parked her up, and that was the last time she was actually put where Gary is now. Bless him, her, whatever. Yeah, because I don't know why, I think I just lost interest in cars, and I just thought we'll do other things for the time being. But I think it was probably 9 or 10 years too long. But yeah, that was, you know, I know it's literally half a mile up the road round the block, but yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. That really were. And for me, a little bit emotional. God knows why, but yeah, I suppose cars do that to you if you're a bit of a petrol head, you know, of any sort. You know, these things do that to you. And it was like putting on a very old, worn out, familiar pair of trainers, is probably how I'm going to describe that. Yeah, right, All I can say is thanks to everybody for watching and staying tuned and following me along this journey, restoring Mrs Winn. You know, I know it's been on and off, and also it's just how life goes sometimes, but I've also got to extend my sincere gratitude to the boss Ricky for allowing me to do this and let me put this on the channel, because at the end of the day it is Ricky's channel, and he's allowed me to do this, and I think it's just because of the friendship that we have got, because yeah, there's work to be done on the wobble box, on the Mighty White, on Agatha, and hopefully soon Gary, who knows. But yeah, what a tremendous journey this has been. So thank you all very much for staying tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. So for the time being, as usual, take care of yourselves and each other. See you later.